Hi, folks. Welcome to Money and Politics Now. It is Friday, the 5th of November. Don't forget, on Sunday, we set the clocks back, so it'll be darker earlier in the evening. But there's a bit of light for Humbl this afternoon. I actually was kind of tired and didn't have any news to report on Humbl, so I wasn't actually going to do anything, even though I kind of missed the last several days. But I wanted to bring this to your attention because just a while back, probably about maybe close to half an hour, about 5:15 or so in the afternoon, Brian Foote just tweeted this, and let me see if I can bring myself out of the picture. Anyway, let me go ahead and read this if I can. Let me just scoot over here. Too many things to try to click on. So Brian Foote said, Humbl Pay remains our core product focus. Our largest investment is in the Humbl Pay tech team. Next on Humbl Pay roadmap is account lockup, peer-to-peer, ACH integration, and block ETXs. We will provide more details on the timing next week after I meet in person with Humbl Pay tech team. Let me do this. And then he goes on to add, the Humbl Pay mobile app features the ability to buy 20 different digital assets, earn interest on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC, send and exchange digital assets. I would read that as including stablecoins. Well, that's what I was going to say, as stablecoins. He goes on to say the Humbl Pay mobile app is available in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Singapore, Australia, and New Zealand. And he says, please note that Canada and Singapore cannot withdraw or sell at this time. So these tweets are on Twitter. And if you don't know, Brian Foote, if you want to do at Humbl, Humbl CEO, and that'll bring them up, or at Humbl, Humbl Pay, Humbl Pay. So, as I said recently, Humbl is a dynamic company, and as I've said for the last 11 months, it's a startup, it's developing, it's not like buying an established company. And that I said recently that we can have a dynamic company come out with some big news all of a sudden, and that'll change everything. Now, I'll have to leave it to the markets come Monday and see if this is the kind of news that's going to change everything. But certainly what it falls into, the theme that you've been witnessing, that I've been talking about, is that Humbl continues to perform incrementally. Back in September, remember, within about a week of each other, we had the Humbl NFT gallery come live, and then we had the Humbl tickets. Now we have big news here, and this is big news, on the Humbl Pay. And again, this is where we can go to see that the Humbl phone application, which is what people have all been waiting for, is being developed. And you have it right there, folks. That this is out, and we'll have to see. Now, why did it come out on a Friday afternoon after the market? I don't know. Why didn't they release it on Monday, maybe before the market? I don't know. So maybe there's some good reasons for it. I would have preferred if we would have had it, but I don't want to second guess, and I don't know what's going on behind the scenes enough to be critical of it. What I would say is, why don't you give me your thoughts on Humbl and what you think of it at this point, and what you think of this move is what are you excited by this move? And do you think that this is the kind of action that you've been waiting for? And hopefully for all of us, it would be something that would get the shorts to come away from. I'm trying to figure out what button I'm not pushing here. It's not going right. Anyway. All right, so here's the price. Humbl, again, the news came out after the market closed, so Humbl closed up slightly today. Again, nothing to write home to mom about, 62.25 cents. If we take a look at the 5-day chart and the 1-month chart, it is what it is. And again, as I mentioned the other day, that there was something like 60-something% of the volume that we were getting was from the shorts. I'm going to see now. Let me quickly, before I close out. That's really the news I wanted to bring to you tonight, folks. As I said, I wasn't even going to, because I didn't have anything to discuss. And as this just came out, I haven't had any time to digest it and know anything more about it than what you just read, or I just read to you. I did want to bring them in mode, and you can see this is a 1-day chart, 5-day chart, but it's been up a lot of late, and this is the 1-month chart, and you can see going back to October 11 or so, it was about $70, now at 93 and down. It was at 97 just recently, the other day, maybe yesterday. So it's had a big move, up 20-something points in about 3 weeks. I still like it. I like it long term. Could it come down in the near term? Of course it could. You never know. I would say, as I said, I think before, if you don't have any of this, get some. And then if it goes down, add to it. One of the great companies. The other stocks, and I don't have them all in front of me right now, but the markets were up strongly. The jobs report was a dynamic jobs report. If you didn't see it, up 500 and something thousand shares were traded, or 500 and something thousand jobs were created, I should say. And in fact, that meant that a lot of the efforts on the House of Representatives today were blocked because, on one other hand, people were saying, well, why do we need a stimulus bill when we have this growing economy where we had 500,000 new jobs created? So let me bring that up. I was just searching for a graphic I had here. And here you have it, that the October jobs report, non-farm payrolls, 531,000 versus expected 450,000. And I should say, if you don't normally follow this, that in a normal economy, if you get 200,000 to 250,000, that's pretty good. That's maybe kind of in the mid-range. So to have 531,000 jobs created is spectacular, and obviously almost 80,000 more than was expected. Unemployment rate went down to 4.6% versus 4.7%. The average hourly earnings year to year are up 4.9%. The bad news is the cost of living is up 5.4%. So right now, where we had always recently had the cost of living bottled up, inflation bottled up, now we're letting the genie out of the box, and that's not a good thing. So we're going to have to watch that. This is also why, again, the Federal Reserve is going to be raising rates, and we got that news this week. And I'm sorry that I haven't been coming to you. I've just been busy this week. But Jerome Powell did say that they're going to be cutting back now on the tapering. Fancy schmancy terminology that they've been dumping $128 billion into the economy every month. The Federal Reserve has. They're going to be cutting back on that, taking their foot off the gas and tapping on the brakes. So they're going to be raising interest rates going forward slightly. So nothing to be too concerned about, I don't think. But you should know about that's coming up. The other favorite thing, and I think you're going to be relatively safe to buy this for a while, is the TQQ. And the TQQ is the 3 times leveraged index on the NASDAQ at $170. It has just kicked butt this year. You can see how it has gone up year to date, and even more over the entirety of the last year. If we compare the performance on this to some of the others, there's the TQQ. I'm going to change that color so we can see it better. So there's the performance of the TQQ. If we go up here to comparisons and hit the S&P 500, which is, as you probably know, what we use as the benchmark of performance. So you want whatever you have to be doing better than the S&P 500 because, folks, you can buy the S&P 500. And there you go. That's the green line, the S&P 500. That's how it performed. And look, above me here, the red line, and that is the TQQ. And if I look, and this is, again, the one-year chart, up 93% for the TQQ, where the 1 year for the NASDAQ, or the S&P rather, the 1 year for the S&P at this point is 15.6%. Not bad, not spectacular. If we throw in for fun, let's see, how did the Dow Jones, if you had bought the Dow 30 industrials, and let's make that a, whatever, a darker blue. So there you go. The Dow 30 is below the S&P and the S&P 500. Now, of course, I gave you the red line there, the maroon line. That's the 3 times the NASDAQ. Let's throw in one more. We're going to say what was 3 times the S&P 500. And that is UPRO. U as in union, PRO. I'm going to make that, whoops, I wanted to change that color. Okay, let's do that and take me out of the way. So there you go. So on the 1 year performance, and I just lost for some reason, or I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. All right. Sorry about this, folks. Anyway, the point is, it's, let's try it one more time. UPRO. Okay. So year to date, the UPRO 3 times the S&P 500 and the TQQQ, which is 3 times the NASDAQ. You see them there in yellow and red, and they are both up approximately close to 90%. In this case, it looks like the UPRO uncharacteristically is beating the TQQQ. So this is why, and you can see how much more they outperform the standard indexes, the Dow in blue and the S&P 500, the standard unleveraged S&P 500 in green. So there you go. And when I talk about owning the in mode, if I can see if we can get this done, INM as in Mary, D as in David, in mode, as I often say, like Indiana medical doctor. And let's, they need to give us more colors here, I think. What do we want? Let's have the, should have made it purple. There's InMode. InMode just kicking butt. And that is for the year up 200, and that's harder to read. I think it says 83, it might be 93%. So this is why I say, folks, you'll want to have INMD TQQQ and UPRO, and that will make you a happy camper over the course of the year. Again, we got the big news, developments on the app coming out from Brian Foote, and there it is. Go and read it yourself. This is a lot of kind of learning curve stuff going on here. They're going to be able to buy apps. I hope this really kicks butt. I hope this pulls the pants down on the shorts, and that we can all of a sudden see the movement that we've been waiting for as Humbl investors. I still think I've been hanging on. I've been buying more. I've probably bought this stock at 50 over the last year, maybe 50 different times. So I hope you wealth and happiness. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye, folks, for the weekend. If something else breaks, I'll come to you over the weekend. Otherwise, I'll be catching you on Monday afternoon. Tell me what you think about this development. I'd be interested in reading your thoughts. And please have a safe and wonderful weekend. I think I'm going to go out and try to take care of some of the fall colors and look at those, as well as see my great niece be baptized on Sunday. So I'll see you later, folks. Take care.